What's up, YouTube? Here with another video. So this video here is a gameplay of the list I am going to probably take to the regional on Sunday. Uh, just just play the game with it. It feels really good. Just the ability for like having like this extra ran in hand for like extra pushes, and then like Lancia when you're breaking a board, just to have like something uh to actually seal the deal, because sometimes when you try to seal the deal with just the goatee cards, people decide they still want to play through it. But I guess when you put Lancey on the board and they already know what Ryo do, uh, I guess they quit a lot more, or admit defeat a lot earlier, or surrender, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, so playing a high rated duelist, I guess top 200 so far. I think top 200 is like 1,000, probably like the low thousands so far right now. I'm trying to get back up there. Been testing a lot. That's why I've dropped so much. And then, when you play, you're just playing just to play instead of playing to actually get quality testing. You're just playing, I guess, because of ego. That's probably why I continue to go up and drop down. But usually you want to take breaks or play something different if you're getting frustrated or burnt out. But I think it was more burnt out because I haven't been posting any videos as well. So other further than that, I appreciate y'all sticking around. Make sure I hit the like button. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm about to start back posting more content. Got a few video ideas. I got to finish the I guess masterclass. Start posting more of the full combos for each deck. So I have that in store. But other than that, let's get into this video. So here we're playing branded Dracotail. We have the goatee, I guess Lancia Mermail list. We open up Sykes. We open up Dragoons, Pike, Goods, Adrian. For some reason, I feel like sometimes drawing Sykes is really good because then you already have it engraved. So all you have to do is like get the Synchro 6 to banish like Snopios to start your plays or whatever. But I really do feel like it is really sometimes a good thing to have it, because then they don't sting it on the first action to get a draw. Because sometimes them getting to that first draw, sometimes they top deck like a Ash or a Droll, so it allows you to play a little bit before they start drawing cards. He opened up Ecclesia, Fua, Ash, Lucius, and Ketu. So here he's going first. Pause. So he took a while before he normal summoned this, because I guess he was trying to figure out if he wanted to start with this or this, which one he would decide to get Ash on. I guess he thought try to play around Ash as much as possible, which at the end of the day he ended on like a smaller board that I was able to break. Like he didn't have the full branded Dracotail board, which was fine with me. The smaller the better. Here he has Phimena off of the Lucius. He activate Ketu, adding Malulu. Then here he used Phimena, fusing into Secretarion, using the Virtuous and Malulu. Here he uses Malulu set. I'm starting more and more, I realize, I think like playing like Fua or like Molchummies in the main sometimes. Like if I had a Molchummy here, he would have ashed me, and then that would have been one less card I had to play with. I think sometimes like having like other cards and siding into the chummies are better. I've seen recent deck profiles where people side like the Fuas and the Perulias and the Meows, and so that they have a better, I guess, going first. So they don't continue to draw into like chummies off their draw effects, so they can draw like actual hand traps. And the more I look at it, I really feel like I don't know, if Fua gets Ash, then it's a feel bad, but if it doesn't, then it's good. But sometimes you can still like, this is like all straight basically engine here, so I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Sometimes I want to play Fua. Sometimes I want to play something different. So like Fua or like right here, if I would have had like a Magnemite or a Druid just to banish the Ecclesia from grave so he couldn't reborn it, like that would have been really strong here. But because then he wouldn't have been able to get to this point, and all he would have had was the Rahu sending meows. I mean Fua and the Urgula get to set one card, one more card, and then just add back, and then his board would have been a lot smaller. So that's what I used to play in the main over Perulia also. So the Druis and the Magnemite. So I might end up going back to that because I really do feel like Bestials are really good at this very moment due to the meta. So here he sets Flame, use Cart. That's what got him the second trap. So if I did have the Bestial, it would have just probably stopped him from being able to actually make a play or extend his plays. So I'm over here really considering if I do want to play Perulia in the side or the main before the actual day of the tournament. So that may be the only change that I make. And then those cards help against Mitsurugi decks. That's the main problem I've been having recently is Mitsurugi. So here he ends on 5 mana, Ash in hand. That's an unknown. 2 knowns with Ecclesia and 5 mana, 1 unknown. Flame, Sting, known. Cart, Gulamil, Ecclesia, and Secretarion. So we draw into first Penguin, which was a nice draw for me here. So here we start normal summon. He's reading. He did. I guess he didn't care about the effect. Here we pitch Psyches first, so so he just doesn't sting because we can still summon it with the pike and get like further plays. But here we reveal Repeater because I wanted to get a second Dragoon since I have 2 cards to like that have discard effects. So that's the reason I didn't go for a Bisharp. Here we start with Age Ring pitching. So to keep our normal summon just in case this first one does resolve, but since I see he didn't use Sting, I probably was thinking this was Ash because a lot of times players just go ahead and Sting it from grave. So if they don't, they usually have Ash in hand or a Dragoons, well not a Dragoons but a Droll that they want to use. So just keep that in mind. If they do have Droll, then you just add Diva. But if they don't have Droll, they're probably going to Ash it. So that's one read that I met or found here. He Ashed it. So now he has to actually do something here because we have just a lot of bodies on board that can actually be converted into other things. Since he doesn't have Horn set, he really has to do something to it. So here he summoned Ecclesia, Phimina, go into Mirror Jade banish B2, and when I seen him summon Mirror Jade is when I knew he did not play Fallen of Albaz, and that is really important. Here he stings, banish, Gulamel, hit the token. I guess since he can't do anything else to the token, he hit it. But if he would have hit this, it would have been still good. But I could have just linked these two off into Alacia. That's why that's another reason why I play Alacia, because you could turn, no man, you can't turn this body into Alacia. I'm tripping. Due to it being a winged beast. So take that back. But if you do have like 2 Aquas, Fish, or Sea Serpents on board that aren't like a Mermail or Atlantean, you can turn it into Alacia and still get Trite's effect off. Like here, if he would have 5 mana, he probably would have won here. He would have filled a 5 minute pop the pike and then just bounce back the penguin, like he probably would have won. But me holding this card, he probably didn't know what it was. So I guess holding it was probably his best move, I guess. Here we target the flame so we can activate this foolish. That's the problem, is I'm missing droplet. If I would have had droplet in this hand, like this hand would have been a lot, would have been crazy. So here he used Femina, and now he goes fuse. He's threatened now since he sees the prince. I think he pops the prince, bounces the penguin. That's fine with me. At this point, I don't think he has any more plays after this. Bounce, pop, set. We use good, sending trap, activate trap, banishing, adding, sending TS, adding TS. But it's just to take extended measure, I just went ahead and see if I swing over it, would have been better. So it did. I guess it didn't matter. Here, summon TS, add squad, overlay for trite, special summon back prince, and then here is just really just game here. We can just fast forward it. Dragoons add diva. Here you need diva because you're going to dump silicon. That's why. Shout out to Chicken Jim. He's been working on the deck with me a lot, but he doesn't main diva. So these plays, the plays with the diva plays, he's not able to do, which I guess forces him to like find a different way. But he does play the Gaios, so if you did have Gaios, you wouldn't go here into it. I mean, you would have to because you still need the body to link off. So I think the only other way to do it is to no, you don't have it's no other way to do it with just Gaios. If you had an extra body, then you probably could. But since I don't have a body here, Gaios wasn't been able to like go straight into it. Because if I had an extra body, then I could go Gaios, dump it, and then circle back around with Abyss Mermail's Shadow Squad to make everything a 7, and then summon Trike to summon it back. But yeah, so not having Diva in the main allows you or stops you from being able to make the repeater plays to bring it back. So here we just link into Anemone, Anemone Sin, well not Anemone Sin, but Poseidra Sin Dragoon, Diva, summon back Diva, Synchro for repeater. Then repeater, Synchro for Askins. Since I already had Sykes and Grave, I banished it. But I could have just probably went straight for Dragite, which would probably been better because I had just a random Abyss Keeper at the top. That I could have just banished later on after. So maybe that this wasn't it. But it does set up a Synchro 8 that you can just bring back at any point to make like Deep Sea, Deep Beyond. Here, add Keith, banish Keith. A link for Abyss Keeper, banish those two, get it off board. Well, this does clear the board, so you can still full combo after. So it wasn't the worst. It probably was the best play to do here for you to get all on board. Here, overlay for Arion Post. You can fast forward it. Banish Snopios, banish Sykes, Paces. Link off. Now banish Synchro for Lancia. Banish, add Abyss Keeper for, I guess, follow up. Show him what's in hand. Then here, he adds back Enclasia. Special summon back following the black dragon, dark dragon. Here, draw Fua, which what I was just talking about, drawing into it when it's the worst optimal time. I don't think he didn't have any plays here, but we just summoning back Keith and Shift. Since we can get to a level 6 with Lancia, I usually just summon back Keith and Shift and then dish tags out into Paces so that You still have the 6 that you still have 2 synchros to make with. That's usually the inboard I end on now. But this usually be up here with a synchro 8, and then a spot for Ryo, and then like Keith and Schiff, and then we just tag out into the paces, leaving this open. So, and then we have whatever left you have in hand. But we have basically like full board against like a cutoff board. Like he really can't do much with this here. He could have like on my turn summon back Fallen, special summon will activate his effect. Well, no, he already used that effect. That's right. So never mind then. But yeah, here you change to attack, banish, summon, card. Asked him if he had triggers. No. Here target, and then here we chain Lancia, summoning the Ryo. Actually, let me send that from deck. That's hilarious. Me breaking his board, I ended up having less cards in deck than he do when I start with 51. That's crazy. And hilarious at the same time. But here, game 2. We're going to fast forward a little bit. This video already at 15 minutes. Here, use Fallen, Synchro, summon, card, well, normal summon Lucius, add Phimina, card sync fuse for Secretarion, Lucius, Urgula, set 2 spells, use Rahu, send Malulu, Pan, Phimina, add back. Then he sets all 3 traps. Return Phimina, use add Lucius, summon Lulu. Here sets the Fallen, returns Dark Dragon, adds back Ecclesia, and then pass. So here, we have the arrows. So we end up trying to lock the back row down. We can fast forward a little bit more. We lock it down. We start with Tias, send, special, activate Tias. He ashes it. That hurts. If I would have been able to get to squad here, I probably would have won this game, because I don't think he would have had enough to stop everything, especially when his like back row is like frozen. So if he didn't have the ash, we probably would have got to like really like a solidified game state. But here we went off. I think I also could have like played it a different way, because I knew what he was going to do, but I ended up playing into what he was going to do anyway. I should have just played it a different way, which probably would have been better. Here, send, target, activate. Here, set, Rahu, negate it, and pop both. Here we add Diva. So here's where I go into the minstrel prayer. The reason I did that is because I feel like he was going to summon the Mysterion. And I wanted him to do that so that if I hit like some good cards with minstrel, I still probably have room to play, especially if I would have hit some of the Goaty cards. I would have definitely had a good time at playing, but we still hit decent. Here, minstrel, mill dragoons, and prince, which is really strong. The only thing that I was missing, never mind, I had to play into it. It really didn't matter. The only thing I could do here is just summon back a sea serpent. If I would have had like Rhine engrave, it would have probably been a lot easier for me to. Maybe I should have kept the pike, normal the pike, and then send this to get into not trike, but Rhine. So that I could have it engraved, but then I wouldn't have had my normal summon anyway. So I probably was gonna lose this anyway. due to not being able to finish what I needed to finish. Maybe see if I banish these two, summon this target, Black Dragon, this banish that, this summon, this searches. I have an extra card in hand. I would have had Poseidra in hand. I think I could have won this game. I just quit a little early. I would have added Keith, banished Keith. No. I would have still needed the extra card in hand to like actually do something. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, this is just game here. I couldn't. He goes to Mysterion here. And that's why Droplet sometimes is probably the best into that board, but I already had the board frozen. So here we start off with Poseidra, Pike, Snopios, Designator. In Prince, he had Fua, Virtuous, Phimena, Meows, and the Albaz. So here we do play cross out. I do leave in a Fua. I don't like getting Fua. I don't care if it's a bad draw, because cross out for us isn't terrible because then we still banish our goatee pieces. So having cross out is actually like an extender or whatever you need it to be. So here we just banish it, here, add back. So here we just look at hand. He activate Meows, that's fine. We're gonna only give him 2 draws because I guess 1 with Prince and then 1 with the the Arion Post banish of Sykes, or yeah, the Arion Post banish of Sykes. That's all we're gonna give him, and that's fine. Here we give him 1 draw. He draws into Ketu. Doesn't matter. Here we summon Dragoons, add Molin. We rip 2 from hand. We rip the Virtuous and the Albaz, which is strong for us. I necessarily wasn't even going for the hand rip. It's just I ended up having Poseidra in hand where it ended up working out. Here we link 2 off for Alacia. I'm like, yeah, we know. We skip. I mean, does it activate? Or is it just a condition that just automatically applies when it leaves the field? I never figured that out. Here we synchro for Arion Post. Arion Post banish Sykes. Sykes banish Snopios. Snopios banish Paces, you know. Get the Sykes search. Here he draws Ash. We chain block. We ended up chain blocking because he did draw Ash for it, which is good for us, which was hilarious. Banish the Deep Beyond with, not Deep Beyond, banish the Silicanth with Sykes. He also asked why it was banished, because of the Sykes. Snopios, he could have ashed this here, but I guess he wanted to hold it. We just go ahead and search for the last piece. I side Zep now, because game 1, I don't want to have it going second. But then sometimes you draw those hands where you have like Snopios and Sykes, or Snopios and another card, and if you had Zep in hand, you could like actually make a synchro going turn 0. But I don't side it or don't main it. I prefer to side it going first to have that extra push when they're trying to break your board. So here we go into Dragite. So our board is Dragite, Lancia, Keith, and Alacia. This is really just a strong board. We got 2 floaters. We have like 2 synchros, a SP, a spell and trap negate. We have another synchro in hand. Like it's really hard to beat, especially if you aren't able to break the board. Here he draws Droll. I hate Droll, man. Draw top deck in a Droll as a 6 card is crazy. Or that wouldn't have been a 6, but it's still crazy. Here we only summon this back because we're just gonna tag out to the Paces. which is fine with me. I just wanted to have space to make sure I can be able to get to a Synchro 6, because if we summon Pacey's back here and he stops this, then the whole board is frozen. We can't summon with Lancia. Only thing we can do is go straight into Deep Beyond. So I just leave it banished, because as long as you got Keith, you'll get back to Paces at some point during the next turn or turns further on. They usually not gonna break this board anyway. So yeah, all goes ended up admitting defeat. But yeah. Yeah, that's the deck. This is probably what I'm going to be taking to the regional. I'll probably do a deck profile after, depending on how well I do. Probably gonna do it anyway. With what I should be changing, or if anything needs to be changed. But other than that, I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.